is Jiggy Jaguar.
Oh boy, it is the Sunday radio broadcast. We are live coast to coast. We are bought out on that tune in on the iTunes. On the social media, as they say. I want to know what they say when they say the social media. We're going to preview that broadcast and tell them about social media. I got to get the Periscope set up here. So, we'll go live on Periscope. Look at that. I think we'll go live on the Twitch live stream as well on the website, jiggyjaguar.com. And we may go live on the old Facebook. I don't know. Last week, we had a fantastic program that if you heard us live, you heard it live. If you didn't hear us live, you didn't hear it live. Or you didn't hear it on tape. Or something. I don't know what happened. But the Mangler is going to be coming in very soon. We're going to be talking to the Mangler. The Mangler man. Oh, Daddy Nelly Mangler. Oh, the Mangler. Remember Mangler. Oh, the Mangler man. Oh, Daddy. He's a Daddy Nelly Mangler. So, we will... There goes Peter. He's done with my singing. He's leaving. But we are going to go to... we have got to call Lee Knox. We are going to get Lee Knox. He is going to be our first guest here. And while we wait on the Mangler, because the Mangler, we always book a guest up front. And part of the reason why we book a guest up front is because a lot of times guest doesn't show up on time. So we have to get a guest in here.
Hello.
And I believe there's Lee Knox. How are you, my friend? It's James Lowe calling you for your radio interview. How are you, sir?
I'm so- Hello.
How are you, Lee? It's James Lowe calling for your radio interview. How are you, Lee?
Hey, doing well. How are you?
Pretty good, actually. We have got Lee Knox with us today to kick off our Sunday radio broadcast on a Labor Day weekend. And Lee, welcome to the program, my friend. How are you, sir?
Doing great. Doing real good.
Fantastic. We are going to get Jaybird Wells in here, and she is going to join us here on Skype here in just a few moments as well. And so, Lee Knox, tell me and Jay just exactly how you got started doing the music thing.
It's back in 97 and 98, I just started plugging around with it, just on a piano, a piece of paper, and a pen, and started just writing about what I felt and the things that I was going through, and started, plugging around social media to kind of get a litmus of what people were dealing with in their lives that would be relevant meat for good, good banter for songs, and a passion just developed, and it continued to go.
Fantastic. Well, as we do from time to time when we have Jay on the broadcast, she likes to stalk the guests and everything and learn more about them. How do we find you on social media, man? Because we wanna learn more about Lee Knox.
Well, my website is leeknox, leeknox.net, and you can also check out all of my music is on there. It's on any digital outlet, Pandora, Apple, iTunes, Rhapsody, any of the digital outlets that's out there that you use. It's your preference. But also Reverb Nation. If you look my name up, LEEKNOX, I use that quite frequently too to connect with fans and whatnot. So those are the two major ways to catch me: leeknox.net and Reverb Nation /Lee Knox.
Fantastic. Now, Lee, you're a singer, songwriter. Jay, you've got some questions for Lee. Jump in there, my friend.
Yeah, does your music follow certain subjects, or do you have a wide variety of subjects?
It's so funny that you say that because we were in the studio the other night and we're putting together a new project. I've been in an acoustic field for a while now, where it's just my piano, a pen and I, or an acoustic guitar, pen and I, and I don't even characterize it as R&B, and I don't characterize it as easy listening. Because for my listeners, I want to get into your head and impart food for thought about current love or current heartbreak, previous heartbreak, just to that you're not alone and that you're not by yourself, because sometimes when you can feel like you can connect with somebody else, it makes the moment feel smaller that you can deal with it. So a 3 to 4 to 5 minute song could be just enough time to help a listener feel good. So I call it mood music, easy listening mood music with a little soul to it.
Amen.
We have got today. He joins us live here on Skype audio, and he's talking a little bit about his music and everything else. Now, Lee, how did you get started in the music business?
My grandfather actually was in a professional gospel group as far back as I can remember, and we used to travel on the bus with them up and down the East Coast. So everybody in my family played something or sang something. So I've been around it my whole life, just knowing what harmony is, what unison is, and when I had to go through my own life issues, the outlet God gave me was a pen and pad and a piano that a guy gave me at the company that I worked at. He just so happened to have an extra one on the back of his truck, and 3 months later I started playing piano at church. Nobody taught me how to play. It was just I embraced my pain, and out of it came a gift.
Fantastic. We have got Lee Knox with us today. Joins us live here in a broadcast, and he's cooking up some good stuff, and apparently Jay Birdwells is cooking up some good stuff as well somewhere. And now, Lee, talk to me about your latest music and why people should go pick it up.
The last full project, I had a string of singles that just released in the last 2 months, but in July, I released a full 6-track acoustic album, and it's called ASAP. Is the name of the album, and of course, that's one of the tracks that's on it. But the premise of the album is, if you love someone and they're still here with you in the land of the living, as soon as possible, give them all you can until the old cliche and adage that I live by is until you're a limp dish pick, that there's nothing left in you because you've given it all away. That love requires that. Now, so everybody have their own preconceived ideas. But I try to write about unconditional love towards people, and I try to put that in, a relationship that's going bad or a relationship that is extremely well. So that's what I love about that album. And I try to meet you where you are with it.
Go ahead.
Listening to, who inspires you?
Change in behavior or change in thought is something that it's a drug of choice of mine. I've never put a foreign substance of any sort in my body. But if I had to say if I was ever addicted to any drug, it would be of change. Because if I can help you know that there's a better way, or that, regardless of the genre, because I write gospel, I write R&B, I write country, I write a little bit of everything. But the bottom line of my music is always, I want to help you see that change is a necessary evil. We fight change a lot, but if I can help you see that, hey, I've loved and failed, but yet I still have hope, then in that song, not only did you know that you're not by yourself, but that you can change, because I'm a living witness that don't give up on yourself. I love change, hope and change. Those are two things
You're like a brother from a different mother.
I'm sorry.
You're. Go ahead. Go and repeat, Jay. He didn't hear you, my friend. He didn't hear you.
I said you're like a brother from another mother because you have some of the same ideals and goals in life that I do.
Yeah. But somebody has to do that, though, right? I mean, if you think about it, if you gather 10 people, yeah, I mean, the law of maybe. So it's like they're looking for something to inspire them to be better, to do better. And, I found, with my website, I'm able to see people from all over the globe who's connected with my music. I've touched people and I don't say this from an arrogant place, I say it from a complete place of humility, that I've been able to impact people's lives in areas that I've never set foot. United Kingdom, Canada, Australia. I've produced music for artists in some of those areas too. But to see your music streamed in areas that you've never gone and seeing people say how much it's blessed them, and the foundation of what I do is my love for God. But I don't say God in everything that I do, but in some way, shape, or form, you can still see him in my music, whether I'm talking lateral love from a man to a woman or vertical love from me to God. Either way, it's still there, and I'm very proud of that.
You should be. You should be.
We have got a fantastic guest with us today. He joins us live here on Skype Audio. Knox is with us. And so tell me a little bit about what your future plans are as far as the world, everything here, Lee. Tell us where you're going to be on tour, everything, Lee.
Well, right now I'm finishing up on some projects. I'll take a little hiatus away so that I can fill my mind up full of, thoughts and concepts so that when I write, it's full. And I'm in an unload mode right now where I'm writing maybe 4 or 5 songs a day and trying to really help other artists. I have a few artists that I'm working with now. I'm trying to get their careers going. So basically, I'm trying to pay it forward. I'm doing that with my music as well as I'm finishing a 3rd book.
You're writing a book?
Yes, I have 2 books that's already out as well. And the 3rd one that I have, it's called Wilderness. And I don't have the W capitalized on this book, and I'm giving you a little, preview of it before it actually hits Amazon. But I want wilderness to be minimized because sometimes the situations that we go through, the pain of the moment makes what we go through more than what it really truly is. So we'll make something that's really minute be the size of the Empire State Building just because it hurts. So I'm trying to help people know that if you can embrace your pain, as I continue to try to do that, I'm not saying it from a place of perfection because I'm not perfect. But I try to embrace what is uncomfortable because I've seen with my own eyes that in doing so, something always positively happens for me in the midst of calamity of wilderness experiences. The whole fact that we're talking about this on this radio interview is case in point for that. Because if I hadn't embraced what I was going through in a bad breakup back in '96, we wouldn't even be on the phone right now.
Well, Lee, as we wrap up here, Jay, do you have any more questions for Lee before we let him go? Because he's on a time crunch. We've got to get him in and get him out here.
Yeah, go ahead and give your website one more time so I can stalk you properly.
Absolutely. My books and my music are all located on leeknox.net. That is LEEKNOX.net. leeknox.net. And whatever streaming platform of choice that you prefer to listen to music, if you just look up LEE, second word KNOX, I'll be right there singing to you.
Are you on YouTube and Facebook?
I am. I'm on YouTube. My music on YouTube is, my handle is Knox Music.
Fantastic. Well, Lee, I appreciate you making time for us today. We definitely have to have you back when you have more time. And Jay, I appreciate you being with us for this interview and keep cooking there, I guess. Whatever the heck you're doing there, Jay. Thank you, guys. There they go, Jaybird Wells and Lee Knox. We are going to take a brief time out. And when we come back, we have got more coming up. I believe we're about to be invaded by the old Mangler.
When you're looking for today's best